You don't need a better plan. You need fewer priorities. If you've been feeling overwhelmed, stuck, or like you're constantly busy, but you're not actually moving forward, it's probably not because you need more discipline. It's because your brain is trying to hold too many things at once and it doesn't know what actually matters. Hi, I'm Stephanie, owner of SLB Design Company, Clarity Coach, and founder of the Clarity Lounge. Let's talk here about what's really going on. Most of us have a million ideas, half finished projects, things we should be doing, things we want to do, and the things we feel behind on, right? And we treat all of them like they're equally important. And then what happens? Your brain stalls and you feel like everything is a priority. So you can't really move forward on anything because when everything feels like a priority, right, nothing actually gets your focus. This does not mean you're lazy. It does not mean you don't care. Your brain's just overwhelmed. And traditional planning, a lot of times, can make it worse because we sit down to make a plan and we try to fit in content, offers, systems, marketing, life, all of it, right, into one big, beautiful plan. And it looks great until real life happens. And then you fall back and you feel behind again. And the problem, most of the time, the problem is not us. The problem is not me. I've been through this. The problem was not me, but the problem was that I was trying to build clarity on top of all this chaos. So instead of asking, I learned, instead of asking, what should I be doing right now? I learned to ask myself, what actually matters right now, right? What matters? Because clarity doesn't come from doing more and more and more and more. It comes when we choose with intention. And there are really three things that create clarity: your values, your focus, and subtracting things. Let's talk about each of those. Um, your values. What actually matters in your life right now? Now, think about this. This is not what should matter, what you should be caring about, right? This is what actually matters because your values can act like a filter and help you decide what stays, what goes. It can help make decisions really easy if you're clear on what your values are. The second thing is your focus. Again, one focus, not five things, not 10 things, one focus, one direction for this season. Because when you have one focus, your decisions get easier. You stop second guessing everything, right? And then subtraction. This is one we don't talk enough about. Clarity doesn't come from adding more and more and more on our plate. It comes from removing the things that don't fit, letting go of things we've outgrown, pausing things that aren't aligned with where we are right now. And then we can feel some relief, right? We have less on our plate. It feels so much better right away. If you're feeling overwhelmed, here's a really simple way to start. This is not a full system. This is just a quick little reset. So, first of all, brain dump, right? Get everything out of your head. When we try to keep it all in our head, it just keeps us overwhelmed, keeps us flustered. We can't remember that we're forgetting things, we're not doing the right things, right? All the things. Get them out of your head, onto paper, onto a Google Doc, wherever you're comfortable putting all the things, all the ideas, all the projects, all the I really should do this things, right? Put them all down. Put it somewhere you can see it. You can't create clarity while everything is just swirling around up here. We got to get it out. And then the next step is to sort those things into buckets, right? Get yourself 3 buckets: must do, should do, and distractions, right? Must do. These are the things that actually move your life or your business forward. And then should do's. These are helpful, but not urgent. And then distractions. These are the sneaky ones, right? They feel productive, but they don't actually support where you're going. This is about the time that people have a nice realization that a lot of what's taking up their energy doesn't even belong on the list right now. So let that stuff go. Get those other buckets that you don't need out of the way and focus on those must do buckets, right? From those, we choose one focus. This is so important. Pick one thing to focus on for the next 90 days. One thing, just one. Then ask yourself, okay, if this thing is my focus, what actually matters this week? That becomes your filter. That's how you stop spinning. Now, this is where most people stop. They think about it, maybe they write a few things down, but they don't actually do it. So if you want to take it a step further, I'm hosting a live session called Clarity in Action this Friday. If you miss it, you can catch the replay, whatever. But Clarity in Action, we're going to do it together. We're going to do it step by step. You're going to clear the mental clutter. You're going to get clear on your values. You're going to choose a focus. You're going to map out your next steps, and you're going to actually start doing these steps during our session together. We're going to get moving because clarity does not come from thinking about it. Clarity comes from action. And the more action you take, the more confident you become, the more clarity you have, the more action you take. It's just a big, beautiful cycle. Imagine you're standing in the fog in the forest, right? And if you just stand there and wait for the fog to lift, you don't know how long you're going to be stuck there, right? But if you start moving, start taking a few steps, chances are you're going to get out of the fog a lot faster. You're going to have a little bit better view, right? You can see a little farther just because you took a few steps. And now you know which direction maybe is the next right choice for you. So taking the steps is such a huge deal for clarity. You have to do some action before you're going to get clear. All right, this workshop is happening inside the Clarity Lounge. You can join for free. I'd love to have you there. I'm going to link everything below. So if this helped you even a little, let me know in the comments. What's one thing you've been trying to do all at once? Sometimes just naming it is the first step to clarity. Hope to see you soon.